Good afternoon. Before we get started, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you for giving us the chance to further expound upon some of the ethical implications that we discussed yesterday that have arisen because of the ethical inconsistencies that currently exist between your supplier, Patana Seafood Company, a leading exporter of shrimp from Thailand, and your 2025 sustainability goals. To remind you, my name is Caitlin Hannes, and my colleagues Maria Sapinko and Amanda Bocat and I will further delve into the ethical inconsistencies as I just described. Yesterday, we presented you with a transferable and sustainable solution to ensure the sustained financial success of Walmart, to promote the company positively, and to ultimately set a precedent in the industry where Walmart can be considered a pioneer. We've considered all of the ethical factors, and now we're here to expand further upon that. Recall that yesterday, recall that modern slavery is a broad term, and it encompasses everything from forced and compulsory labor, indentured servitude, and human trafficking. Specifically in the cases involving your supplier, Patana Seafood, we see that the suppliers and the migrant workers who are coming from neighboring countries, including Myanmar, Cambodia, Laos, and Vietnam, come through the channels via human trafficking and ultimately enter in a cycle of indentured servitude. We find this to be a very prevalent and pervasive problem, not only in Thai culture, but that it readily and immediately affects Walmart and it directly implicates them in a negative way. We told you of the story of Lang Wang, a migrant worker from Cambodia, and we put a face to this problem. We see that although Thai companies and Walmart has been taking steps to eradicate modern slavery within the supply chain, their efforts have been largely ineffective, and we proposed a solution that would help you to put the company back on track in alignment with your 2025 sustainability goals.
Walmart has come a long way from its start in Arkansas. It now stretches all across the U.S. and even internationally. With this size comes power that you can channel to making a real difference on real issues that affect people all over the world. You have created a sustainability plan to achieve by 2025. These goals focus on sustainability, community, and opportunity. While sticking to these values and promises that you've made to your stakeholders, here are some of the highlights of the plan. Doubling the sales of locally grown produce, increasing the measurement and transparency of your supply chain management, and decreasing energy and waste for the environment. Looking at these sustainability goals and comparing it to your relationship with your current supplier, there's a clear contradiction. And we want to encourage you to follow the very values your sustainability plan entails and keep protecting your stakeholders. Walmart should care because companies that thrive are the ones that stick to their core beliefs, and they send a consistent brand message. This matters because there is an increasing trend in in sustainable sourcing practices. New up-and-coming companies are winning over consumers with their transparent operations and sourcing. This has pushed a lot of the bigger, more established companies to really reevaluate their sourcing and operations to compete with these new ethical standards. The low-cost model, in order to pass on the savings to consumers, has put a lot of pressure on powerless suppliers. These suppliers then go looking for cheap options, and they end up in places where there are low regulations, little to no minimum wage. And focusing solely on the low-cost model has made you lose track of the values of sustainability, opportunity, and community. We encourage Walmart to follow these three principles: the principle of beneficence, or promoting the health and well-being of others; the respect of persons, where each individual has the right to act as a free agent; and the principle of justice, where in promoting fairness through impartiality, reciprocity, and equality.
We're acutely aware of the fact that we're asking you to sacrifice some profit in favor of sustainability and workers' rights initiatives. However, Walmart has already made this commitment through its 2025 sustainability goals. As one of the largest retailers in America, you have the power and the pull to determine your expectations and make those clear to all suppliers in your value chain. You've already committed to these goals, and it is your responsibility and will paint you positively if you implement these throughout all aspects of your supply chain. The value and human dignity of these workers is being violated through these practices in Thailand by suppliers that you're continuing relationships with. You have an obligation to stop working with these suppliers in exchange for more ethical sourcing. Walmart has an opportunity here. You can determine your clear goals and make sure that all members of your supply chain are helping you achieve those. You can be the pioneer in sustainable sourcing while fighting back against human trafficking and modern slavery, while maintaining your core values and profitability. As you'll recall, yesterday we suggested that you use an external, unbiased third party to audit your supply chain and implement a 6-step framework throughout all high-risk areas that you're involved in. You can use this framework in areas such as bananas, clothing, and cocoa, or you can apply them regionally as well in high-risk areas where human trafficking is a common practice. By implementing the solution in both areas, you can maintain that your sustainability plan will be carried out throughout all of your product lines and that Walmart will be perceived as truthful and ethical while still being able to maintain its profits.
Ethically, there's a clear conflict between people and profits. In the short term, Walmart and their consumers may end up paying more for domestically sourced shrimp, but they will end up having a guarantee that no modern-day slavery came in contact with their supply chain. Looking at Walmart's ESG score, or their environmental, social, and governance score, they rank in the 53rd percentile. If you compare that to their competitor, Target ranks in the 83rd percentile, and they're seen as an outperformer, while Walmart is merely average. Looking at comparing Walmart to Amazon, Walmart is seen as much more controversial in terms of their ESG.
Walmart has a clear opportunity here and should apply its values to all aspects of its company. One of your goals stated in your sustainability plan is to ensure that the dignity of all workers throughout all aspects of your supply chain is preserved. And in order to do that, you need to make this change, and you can do so slowly by starting with Patana Seafood Company and then applying it to other high areas of risk.
In conclusion, we can see that while ethical inconsistencies have arisen between your 2025 sustainability goals and your relationship with Patana, there is an opportunity to improve ethically and source shrimp more sustainably in the future. We know that Walmart has a big agenda with many concerns on it. However, you have committed to your 2025 sustainability goals, and we believe that the first and foremost way to start an action plan towards achieving those goals is to removing toxic relationships with suppliers such as Patana. You've put the plan out there to the public, and now it's time that you respond with concrete action and measurable results. Thank you.